Hey, what's up you guys? My name is Vivian from ThePaperLetterBlog, and today I'm here with a new Happy Mail video. First of all, excuse my messy look. This is just what I normally look like when crafting. Sometimes when I make a video I feel like I want to put on a little bit of mascara or, you know, look nice, but today is just a normal Saturday, so I thought I would show you my normal Saturday look. I always get most of my crafting ideas when I'm vacuuming or cycling or doing something that is like repetitive and easy. And I got this idea for mail because I have, well, first of all, I want to say that I have some really amazing subscribers. It feels kind of weird to call you guys subscribers, but I guess that's what you are. They're just some really kind ladies who always comment on my videos and who send me love and messages of encouragement when I'm feeling down, or who just share positivity whenever I upload a video, for example. And I just really want to say thank you for that, because I do appreciate that so much. There's one lady that I had this idea for now. Her name is Becca. She's from the United States, and we've been chatting a lot lately, which I've enjoyed thoroughly. And she told me something. Something, and that just it stuck in my head. And then I got this idea for crafting when I was vacuuming just now. So my idea for today is to create some sort of a sea-themed Happy Mail, because she told me that her favorite memories or her favorite thing to do in summer is to go to the ocean, you know, and she told me that little memory of going to the ocean, and it just, I just want to create some sea-themed Happy Mail inspired by that. She doesn't know this yet. I haven't asked for her address or anything, so I really hope that I can send it to her soon, and I hope that you guys will enjoy this video. I think I might start the process of me, the process video of me crafting already, but I do want to show you one more thing, because like I said, I have some really to me they are cool ideas. Maybe you just think, whatever, Vivian, but for me, I'm just excited, which is also why I decided not to take the shower now and then just chill out on the couch, but to start filming this first, because when I get excited I just cannot think about anything else. But what I wanted to show you is this little tool. I don't know if you've ever seen it before. I know I hadn't before I saw a little video on YouTube here. This is, believe it or not, it is a hand-sized sewing machine. I'm not going to show you a demo now because I need to put the fabric or paper or whatever I want to use in there, but I can tell you that this is basically just a little machine that can help me thread sew something. So it's like a really simple version that I thought I could use for like closing envelopes, because I always love seeing people use sewing machines for their mail, but I don't have the space or the money for a sewing machine, and I also don't have the skills, because my mom has a sewing machine and she says that she would be happy to lend it to me, I think, I don't know, or I can use it at home, but she says that it's kind of difficult. So long story short, no space, no money, no skill. So I just bought this little thing, and I already tested it and it works quite well, and I have a really cool idea. Sorry for like patting myself on the shoulder so many times, but I really like my idea, okay? So I have an idea for this, and I have some more ideas, and I have a paper pad that I want to work with. And I hope you will enjoy this video. I know that I will be doing a voiceover, I think, and I know that I will again be filming this over the duration of a couple of days, because it's already the end of the day now, so I cannot craft for very long because it will get dark, and I use natural light to film. And one day maybe I will be like Simply Creative Kira and get a those daylight lamps, I don't know, use like cool equipment to fake daylight so that I can also craft and film at night. But for now I think I've spent enough money on this channel, so I will you know, maybe that's like a future project. Okay. Okay, so voiceover. You may have guessed it already, but I filmed this in, I think, September. So I was already complaining about it getting dark, but it wasn't half as bad as it is in winter. And it's kind of difficult to see what I'm doing now, but I cut some of that light blue twill. I cut it down to about the size of my paper, and I'm now going to try and sew it onto the paper, which is not as easy as it sounds, also because I'm actually using that little sewing machine for the first time. And we had a little visit from Noose. As you can see, I already did the first Noose is meowing in the background. It's not as easy as it looks, sadly. It's also not made for use on paper, which is why it's also kind of messy, and which is why it doesn't go right immediately. But basically what I'm doing is I am sewing, yeah, there we go. I'm sewing the twill onto the paper on 3 sides, so that it's closed on 3 sides, I mean, and then I'm filling it with large sequins and smaller sequins to create a fun shaker. Of course, you could also do this with a fuse tool and plastic sleeves, but I really like how this looks with the twill, especially because it resembles a sea a bit more. By the way, how are you guys? Are you also sitting at your messy desk with tons of unfinished projects piled up next to you and a big mug of tea like I am? Or are you watching this maybe in the bus home, or who knows? Let me know. I'm always curious to hear about you guys. And then I'm actually trying to glue down some of the sequins, because although I love it when they move around a lot, I also like it when not everything is in the bottom. So I glued a couple of the big sequins onto the paper or onto the twill. And what you're looking at now is just some of the next pages I created, because that paper, I love it so much. It's from Action. I bought it, I showed it in one of those shop logs a long time ago. I never used it until this video, but it's only one-sided, so I had to glue down 2 pages on top of each other. I'm now going to try and close that page with the sequins. It actually worked out quite okay. I don't know, Becca is going to have to tell us if it survived the travel or if the sequins were all in the envelope, but I was actually quite pleased with my first attempt of twill shaker being quite okay. And it's actually the last one I made as well. I haven't attempted to do this since it took me quite long though. Because when you guys watch my videos, sometimes people seem to think that making meal is easy for me, like I can do it with my eyes closed, but that's not true at all. I mean, this video is, I don't know yet because I'm not done with editing, but this video is going to be half an hour tops. But the footage that I used, like all of the crafting I filmed, is, I kid you not, more than 3 hours. So for those of you who are wondering why I always speed up my videos and why I don't do like real-time videos, that is because that video would be 3 hours long, which is crazy long, of course. No one is going to watch a 3-hour video, and I wouldn't be able to talk and do a voiceover for 3 hours, okay? So what I'm doing now is I'm using double-sided tape to stick the ugly back side of that shaker onto the onto the pretty paper. Wow, I had trouble there for a second. I have a question for my fellow cat owners. Do your cats also have like some sort of a nighttime routine? I don't know if Noose is like the only one, but she really has one. It's quite funny actually. At the beginning of the night, which is like dinner time, she will usually be somewhere close, like she will be in the same room but not
next to us or something. She will always be napping on her own, basically. And then after dinner, like the beginning of the night, she will always be with Gijs. Like wow, we have a couch with one of those, how do you say that? You can put your legs on the couch, basically. So at the beginning of the night, she will always be with him, napping on top of his legs. And then at the second half of the night, she will be with me, because our cat furniture is next to my craft desk, so she can lay on top of her cat furniture and look down on me, basically, which is what she loves to do, of course. So yeah, she does that every night. It's the same every time, and I was wondering if other cats do that as well. Oh yes, that is actually a box that used to be filled with tea, green tea, but I'm like a recycler, and I fill that with items that I thought would match sea-themed meal. That is one of those specialty paper pads that I bought at Action. I showed that in the shop log as well. I'm just cutting out some vellum quotes, I think. And if you hear any random sounds, that's either my cat, who is munching her food. Noos likes to make a lot of noise when she's eating, or it's me, because I'm making some hair ties for my Etsy store. And that was the doorbell. Wow, this really is going to be one random voiceover. It was one of my neighbors, because I accepted a package for her. But yes, I'm basically, how do you call that? I'm knotting hair ties, because I have an Etsy store. It's really small, but basically I sell like elastic hair ties with different prints and stuff. It's kind of cute. I mean, you cannot really it's not like I actually make money with it, but I just like doing it. And someone ordered a set of hair ties, Rihanna, who's also a subscriber, and I'm just not like making knots now. I'm just making the hair ties so I can send them out tomorrow. So if you hear any random sounds, that is me or a Noos. Great story, Vivian. But it's just, I always get a little bit restless whenever I'm, well, either watching a TV show or when I am doing a voiceover. I always want to multitask. I cannot really sit still, so it's like making these hair ties is actually really calming for me, to be able to focus on that while I am talking to a microphone. So I'm probably forgetting to tell you half of the things I'm doing, because oh yes, of course, I was making this video over a couple of days. You can probably tell by the daylight that a lot of days passed when making this, and in the meantime I made some, like, a small sea-themed meal for my cousin. So I'm now just using like scraps of paper that I used for her meal, that I had left over from her meal, to make a little pocket. And like I said, that tea box has all sorts of embellishments that I picked out from my bigger stash. That's what I do now. When I have a theme in mind, I try to make a smaller stash, because if I have my big stash to go through, I will go a little bit insane. So I just make a smaller stash with items in one theme or a color, or, you know, I've been doing that with fall themed items and winter themed items, and it works quite well for me. So I fold over the edges of that paper to create a little pocket, and I add a small piece of a doily that I had left over, and I think it looks really cool. It looks a little bit like the foam on top of waves. And that golden anchor, that's another word I cannot pronounce, anchor, the golden anchor, I think I got it. It was probably a die cut I received in one of the swaps, and it was perfect. In my opinion, kind of perfect. Yeah, I cannot wait for the day I have enough space and saved enough money for a die cutting machine. Probably the die cutting machine isn't going to be the problem. It's going to be all of the dies I will be buying. for making mail. So yes, I decided to write my letter on some simple graph paper because I don't know why, I just like that. I don't know if you heard that jump, but Nus just jumped on top of the cat furniture, so she is now looking down on me. The second part of the night has begun. Which is good. But okay, I don't think I forgot anything else. The only thing is that I'm actually smart enough, like I'm patting myself on the shoulder for this, but I was actually smart enough to finish the mail before putting everything together, because I wanted, like, the first page, like the front page, is really fat, and usually I wouldn't think about that and just glue it down, and then I would have trouble finishing the rest of the mail because the first page was so fat. So now I'm actually finishing the entire mail and then I'm putting the pages together, so that's good. And I also decorated that page a little bit. And this is actually, what you see on top is a flow book for paper lovers. Don't remember, I think it was last year, so 2017. And there were a couple of like beach themed stickers in there, which would be perfect. And a washi tape strips. Yeah, that was a 2017 one. Washi tape strips, which also matched. And that is a die cut I got in a swap a long time ago, but I never make sea themed mail, so I could go all out with everything I had collected. I'm just trying to finish that page. Oh yeah, by the way, another thing, I'm just going to continue on the craft room. Another thing I'm really looking forward to when I have my craft room is to be able to make all sorts of collections like I'm doing now with that empty tea box. Make all sorts of collections for different themes. Okay, I like organizing. And this is also something I really like how it ended up. I'm gluing down a couple of sequins. I don't know if you call them sequins if they're bigger, but like floral sequins and stuff, because I can get so hung up on things having to match the theme. So at first I was thinking I cannot use flowers because flowers do not match the sea theme. But then I thought, why am I making this so difficult for myself? Of course I can use flowers for sea themes. I mean, hello, I shouldn't make it so difficult for myself. So I used flower shaped sequins to decorate the last page, and I really like how that ended up. And it was a good practice for me to not overthink everything so much. And I'm sorry I keep leaving the frame. Oh yeah, these are just some Nouveau crystal drops or enamel dots or Nouveau, I don't know, Nouveau drops that I made on sticker paper before, and I can now just glue them onto the paper, which is really simple. Then that purple page is going to be where I put my letter with a paper clip, if I remember correctly, and the other pages will be goodies. Now you can see, yeah, it was quite okay because I worked on this project on many different days, but if I work on one project and finish it in one day, boy do I get messy. I get so bad. I never clean up in between, it's kind of bad. And these are some of the stickers I picked out for her. Some of them are sea themed, but also some I just thought were very cute. What else? So as you can see, I haven't... Oh yeah, and some die cuts I picked out, and some tags and some other presents that wouldn't fit in the small envelope. What I was saying is that, as you can see, I haven't taped the first page to the rest of the flipbook yet, which is something I'm actually really proud of, because like I already said, usually I will just tape it down and then realize it's really not handy to work with something that has like pom-pom trim on the front. So I picked a lot of tags, little cards, a lot of Dutch stickers, and I put them in that pocket. And now I'm just picking some more stickers that I thought would look really cute, like a flamingo, which kind of matches the sea theme. but also the colors, let's admit that. And now I'm just trying to find something random. This was before, yeah, I don't remember. And now I'm actually like using that washi tape, which is actually really, really sturdy, to close the flipbook. And I'm using clear type for the front because I didn't want the design on, like, to cover up my pretty twill, I cannot pronounce that, twill shaker. Like, talking about crafts has actually made me realize that my pronunciation and my knowledge of the English language isn't as great as I always thought it was. I mean, my English is good, but there's a lot of things I don't know how to say, like sewing. I know now that it's sewing because Robin explained that it rhymes with going, so when you say going you say sewing. But there's a lot of things I do not know and I don't know how to pronounce. Now I'm using the flow letter stickers to write Dear Becca on a piece of paper. I really, really love that idea because I was thinking the front looks really cool with the shaker, but it's a little bit empty. So now I'm putting that Dear Becca that I wrote on top of some foam type, and wow, I really like that. It gives so much more of a finished look. And this is something I wanted to include, but I'm afraid I forgot. I don't remember putting it in. And it says, thanks for being you, you're the best. So Becca, if I forgot, know that I wanted to send that. And it says, thanks for being here, for being you, you're the best. So I mean that. I'm closing the flipbook with some of that blue twill. And I have these really cute charms. Ibiza charms. I have one of a flamingo and a little feather, and it looks really adorable. Am I allowed to say that about something I created? I think so. Oh yes, and what I cut from this video is the envelope decorating, because I started filming the envelope decorating, but then the envelope was already done so quickly and I realized it wasn't that interesting, so I cut that. So I'm not showing you how I decorate the envelope, I just show you how I close it, I think. So, oh yes, so I have that twill and the charms, and I am still so happy with how that turned out. I really, really hope that Becca liked it too. I hope you guys like it as well. But this is actually a project I'm really, really proud of. And that's not something I say easily. I mean, there's a lot of projects I love, but not a lot that I am actually really, really proud of and happy and excited to show you guys. And now I'm going to make a wax seal, which is something I always find very, very soothing and relaxing to do. So I'm doing two things. I have a turquoise, another word, turquoise wax bead, and a dark blue one, and then I also melted a little bit of that lighter blue directly into the pot. And I'm also doing this color. They're all slightly different turquoise colors, and I just love turquoise. Okay, I'm obsessed with turquoise, so I'm just mixing a lot of different colors, hoping to have a really cool effect. Basically a lot of different blues, some with a slight shimmer, some without. And the sad part is that I noticed that a lot of the wax seals actually get damaged in mail, and I noticed that because I sent a postcard to my grandma a while ago, and then I was at my grandma's and I found my postcard and I saw that it didn't look as great anymore. It was like almost like the top was shaved off or cut off or something. So that was so sad. I was really, really sad, and I really hope that when I make a pretty wax seal to my pen pals or to you guys, that it ends up looking like it looks when I put it in the mailbox. But of course I don't know that for sure. So that is why I also want to show you the wax seal up close, just to let you know what it should have looked like, ideally. So with that final flip through, that is actually the end of my video. I really hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to leave me a comment, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, hit the notification bell if you want to make sure you do not miss any videos. I actually have a couple of extra videos coming up, so hit the notification bell if you want to make sure not to miss these, and I will see you very soon. Okay, bye bye.